Hello, good afternoon. My name is Adeniyi. I am here to explain some little anomaly that people that want to roof their house used to have, and the question is to ask us. So I want to try my best to answer some questions today, and also give them the light and way out how to find the best aluminium. So I'm telling you this. If you want to buy the best aluminium, you can call my number. We'll get the best for you. We'll get the best that will never fade and will never rust. So a lot of clients used to ask a lot of questions, like they will send a house that is in limited level and ask us what is the amount, give me the estimate that can finish this, that can estimate for the woodwork, that can estimate for the roof. Actually, that work is for the architecture or for the site engineer. It's not for us. Us is just give us the measurement of your woodwork and we'll give you the quotation. But if you want that, you can send the house to my email. You pay a little money, like 3,000, 2,000 naira, and we'll give you an estimate for the woodwork and for the roof that you're going to use without doing the woodwork. But we heard you all before you call us, before you contact us, you get the price, do your woodwork first. So I'm going to show you some of the estimate of the woodwork and the woodwork of some roof, because a lot of clients used to have a lot of problems on wood. Some maybe want to use step ties, and their carpenter did the woodwork of a Longspan for them, so it will not work, because you need to know what you want to use before you start your woodwork. You need to know specifically what you want to use before you can start your woodwork. There are three categories of aluminium. We have the Longspan Aluminium, we have the Steptile Aluminium, and we have the matrocopo Aluminium. So I'm going to be showing you those types of aluminium now. So this is a woodwork of a Longspan Aluminium. The woodwork of a Longspan Aluminium have a wide range of pole line spacing. You can see the pole line spacing is 0.9 meter. So between this space and this space is very wide. Between this space and this space is very wide. You can see the pole line lane. This is a typical Longspan Aluminium step tie. So if you want to minimize your money, you want to spend less money on your woodwork, or you want to spend less money on your roofing, you go for woodwork of a Longspan, and you can use Longspan 0.35, you can use 0.45, you can use 0.55. So the woodwork of a Longspan Aluminium is very cheap. You can see all this house now, all this woodwork and the labor, it costs less than 300,000. You can see, if you want to minimize your money, you don't want to spend much, you go for woodwork of a Longspan. Either your woodwork is not high or is very low, you go for woodwork of a Longspan Aluminium, because if your woodwork is low and you use a step tie 0.45, you have a leakage at the end of some years to come. So let's go again. You can see this Longspan. This is a Longspan make color 0.45, and you can see the pole line spacing, which is 0.45. So this is a typical woodwork of a Longspan Aluminium. This is another typical picture of a Longspan Aluminium. You can see this house is a very big house with a multiple room, but if you can estimate, the estimate that do all this work is less than 500,000, or less. Okay, it's 400 and something plus. So you can see, as you are looking at this woodwork now, you buy less wood and less labor and less everything. Even the Longspan is the most cheapest. Longspan is the most cheapest aluminium that we have that you can buy. So the woodwork is very cheap. The labor is very cheap, and the Longspan itself is cheaper. So if you want to minimize your money, you don't want to spend more money on the roofing you have, you go for Longspan Aluminium. So the second one that is most costly is the Steptile Aluminium. The woodwork of a Steptile Aluminium is different from that of Longspan Aluminium. The woodwork of Steptile Aluminium, the pole line spacing is 0.5 meter. You can see the distance between here, meaning that the costly, like that house that we showed earlier in the woodwork of a Longspan, if it is step ties, you cost more. So you buy more wood here, you buy more accessories here, and you pay more here. While the Longspan Aluminium is also expensive, but it's very beautiful. So if you want to go for Longspan Steptile Aluminium, make sure your woodwork is very high, so that it will discourage leakage, because you know the step that this aluminium have it's hinder the flow of water. So if your woodwork is not high, it can result into a leakage. Meaning that if your woodwork is very hard, you can use 0.45 Steptile Aluminium without leakage. But if your woodwork is low, if you want to use step ties, you must use a 0.55 step ties aluminum so that they can lie perfectly on your woodwork and your house will not have any problem. You can see this house, the woodwork is not too high, it's about 15 meters above. So you can, but you see, this house we did it in Mowe area. You can see we use a 0.55 blue step ties aluminum. You can see the woodwork. You can see my guys here doing the work, and the work is perfect. You can see this is the finishing of the wood of the work. So the next one is, this is also a woodwork of this is also step ties aluminum, black color. This is a water producing factory. So the owner of this one she's in London. So when she called us that she has finished her woodwork, when we go there, the woodwork is low, but she wants to use a step ties 0.45. But we give her advice that step ties 0.45 might give you problem because your woodwork is not too high, and she obeyed. She used 0.55 step ties aluminum, and the woodwork is very perfect and okay. So now we install it, and this house is not having any problem. It's very perfect. So the next one also now is this is a matrocopo. Matrocopo is another aluminum product which is similar to that of stone coated. So if you want to use stone coated and you don't have the money, this is another dimensional roof that you can use that look like stone coated, but it's an aluminum product. It's a very good product and very beautiful. So the polar spacing for the woodwork of matrocopo is 0.4. So 0.4 meter. That is the polar spacing of this one. So you can see this house is roofed in Benin. That is the woodwork I showed there, and this is the finishing of the installation. So we use milk color flashing here, and the roof is black color. So the second one also, this one is we did it in Benin. This is a gray black and milk color also. It's a matrocopo 0.455, but the flashing we used here is 0.45 because the woman that owned this one, she's in London and she wants to minimize money. That is why we have asked her to follow this way, and the house is perfect. It's very good. So this is the gray color matrocopo, and this is the black color matrocopo in our factory producing. Our machine is very fast. We can produce in like 30 minutes with multiple, like 500 meters, like 1000 meters in 30 minutes. So it's very fast. So this is a house using a matrocopo. So the next one is Steptile Aluminium. This is a Steptile Aluminium producing. So this is a Longspan Aluminium. So this is a woodwork for stone coated roofing sheet. The stone coated roofing sheet is more costly, but it's more costly, and the woodwork also consumes a lot of money. It consumes a lot of wood and a lot of. So if you want to estimate for this house now, this house is very high. It's almost 600,000 that finished this woodwork. Almost 600,000 that bought the wood alone. So if you want to go for stone coated, you spend more wood and spend more money, and the stone coated is very high. So this is also a woodwork of stone coated roofing sheet. The polar spacing is 0.36 meter. This is another one in Mowe area. So this is another woodwork also. This woodwork is almost 600,000. So it's a woodwork of stone coated, but we want to use matrocopo on it. So mark you, for example, now you want to use stone coated, and you do a woodwork of stone coated, and they do estimates for you, and your money does not cater for you. So matrocopo can still work on stone coated woodwork. Step ties can still work on it. Longspan can still work on it, meaning that all the 4 categories of roofing sheet can work on the woodwork of stone coated, but the woodwork of Longspan Aluminium, Steptile cannot work on it. The woodwork of matrocopo, Steptile can work on it. Steptile can work on the woodwork of matrocopo. Matrocopo can work on the woodwork of Steptile, but they cannot work on the woodwork of Longspan. Why all can work on the woodwork of stone coated? So this is a stone coated. We did this house in Minamija State. This is a shingle roofing sheet, and the polar spacing is 0.36. Thank you for watching. If you have any problem, you can also contact me on this number. So, for example, some people used to send a house to us that we should give them an estimate. If you want to get an estimate for your uncompleted building, you don't have the plan, you don't have the woodwork done, so you want us to estimate for you, you are going to send the picture of the house and the dimension to our email. Then you pay a little money. We are going to send you a feedback that will give you the costing for the wood that is going to finish it. I will give you the costing of the wood that is going to roof that is going to finish it at that particular time. So it's but this work is not our work. We are just doing it for our client's sake, because a lot of people just use us to measure. They didn't give us the work. So if you want to get the best aluminum product, the black aluminum that resists fading, that resists color change, you can contact me on this number. We'll come to your site and take the measurement and give you quotation, and we'll give you a perfect supply and we'll give you a perfect finishing. Thank you very much for watching.